while as kids they called the same ordinary Liverpool terrace house home, their close families living together under one roof. Yet despite the parallel starts in life of these two cousins, one grew up to become a notorious drug dealer and the other a copper who would one day be asked to help bring his relative to justice. The former, career criminal Paul Prescott, 55, is the subject of tonight's episode of Channel 4's 24 Hours in Police Custody, a well-known suspect under police watch arrested in connection with a 745-kilo drugs haul with a street value of £3 million, discovered in the back of a lorry in Sandy, Bedfordshire. His blood was identified on one of the packages on board containing herbal cannabis, and eventually he had little choice but to plead guilty to conspiracy to supply it, resulting in a 26-month sentence behind bars. For cousin Steve, a former intelligence officer from Merseyside whose full name is protected by the program, the result is cause for celebration. Years beforehand, he had to turn down the chance to help investigate Prescott because of their family connection, and he's keen for justice to be done. "We all should have a beer, because he's a criminal, and he should go to jail, shouldn't he?" he says, smiling. "I like the chase, surveillance, arrests, putting hands on, locking criminals behind bars, because they are cheats, thieves, dishonest. The rest of us have to work hard honestly, look after ourselves and our families honestly." He adds, his mom and dad worked hard, his brothers and sisters worked hard. He was a one-off as far as I know. What made Paul different? Who would know? The copper describes how his mom and Prescott's dad were siblings, and for a time the families even lived together. He believes Prescott's father worked at a power station, but despite his cousin's steady background, a background that led Steve a completely opposite route, something went badly wrong. Steve describes him as a career criminal who has been in and out of jail. In 2006 he was one of 9 men who landed behind bars in connection with one of the country's largest speed factories. Police raiding a family home in Huyton, Liverpool, found around half a tonne of speed there worth approximately £7 million. Prescott pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply amphetamine and cocaine and was jailed for 8 years. It was then Steve was asked to do a financial profile of his cousin, he believes because the major crime unit wanted to take him on as a target. It was one of the biggest amphetamine production cases of the time, he explains. They were big players, the top of their tree in their world. But he immediately reported his relationship with the crook, even though he hadn't seen him for years. "I did a report there, and then at the time," he says, "there's no way I can get involved in that case, I'm too close. He is my cousin." Instead, he was forced to watch on as Prescott continued to play cat and mouse with police, slipping back to his old ways when he was released from custody. Paul's a career criminal, he says. "They don't stop because you are used to that sort of income, $10K a week or more. Where are you going to get that? You are not going to get that retraining as a plasterer." The second they come out of jail they want to get back in the game. But being known by police isn't without its downsides. When the drugs-packed truck was stopped in Sandy, Beds, in 2016, Prescott was immediately a suspect. And when he later attempted to board a plane at Manchester Airport to return to his expat life in Alicante, Spain, carrying £3,000 in cash, Bedfordshire police arrested him. Squirm as he might and make excuses, the forensic link found on the cannabis package on the truck is undeniable. But while ultimately admitting conspiracy to supply herbal cannabis, Prescott pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to supply cannabis resin and amphetamine, and the court allowed these charges to lie on the file. However, he still received a custodial sentence. Steve believes the destruction drugs cause to society means every key player put behind bars, for whatever period of time, is a positive. What comes with that is people being hurt and people dying of overdoses and leading chaotic lives, he says. So the bigger the kingpin we up, the much better it is for everybody. We all live a better life. But sadly, he isn't confident jail will ever teach his cousin to change his ways. He has been in and out of prison for a long time. It's just a way of life, he says. Is he going to change? I think it's just a job, and there will be another job after that and after that. 24 Hours in Police Custody is on Channel 4 tonight at 9 p.m. Read more top news stories from Mirror Online.